right, so before we get to our spectacular lineup of speakers and hear the lyrical melodies of our musician friends, I just want to take a few moments to thank everyone that made today possible, and to just give you an idea of where we're at with this campaign. So the planning committee and the working groups that contributed to today's event are Frack Free Ohio, of course Food and Water Watch, Frack Free Mahoning Valley, the Sierra Club Ohio chapter, Ohio Student Environmental Coalition, Energy Action Coalition, the Athens County Fracking Action Network, NeoGAP, which is the Network for Oil and Gas Accountability and Protection, the Stark Summit Coalition, Buckeye Forest Council, and the Center for Health, Environment, and Justice. So give those groups a big, warm round of applause. And let's give a thanks to our legislative allies. These folks have stood by us despite what they endure in these halls, in the State House, in the committee meeting rooms, among their colleagues who have bought into the oil and gas industry lies. The primary sponsors of our pieces of legislation to ban injection wells are Senator Skindell, Representative Bob Hagan, and my own Representative Denise Driehaus. They are our allies. Along with them, we have co-sponsors and Nikki Antonio. I know a lot of you are here from her district, and Matt Lundy and Barbara Boyd. So let's give them a round of applause as well. Awesome. So the movement in Ohio to protect our water and agricultural resources, and for heavens to Betsy to stop man-made earthquakes, has grown stronger than ever. Just after, a lot of you were probably at the War in Ohio rally last year. Just after the War in Ohio rally, we were right there in the belly of the beast. We were being air horned and everything, but not even a week later, the Youngstown Vindicator vindicated our position in that injection wells are not a safe, nor are they a sustainable method of disposing of fracking waste. So that was a major breakthrough. You all should give yourselves a hand for that. We really have made progress in the last year on this issue. And then to close out 2013, Frack Free Ohio worked successfully to pass unanimously yet another resolution in Mansfield, Ohio to support this statewide legislation. So give a big round of applause to Frack Free Ohio for getting that passed unanimously. And so today, you all met with 30 different legislators. I heard a lot of pretty good feedback, better than we were hearing last year. So that is definitely a testament to you all. So I want to take a moment to thank each and every one of you who've maybe even taken time off from work to be able to be here today. I really appreciate you making that choice to stand with us today. You've literally made this radioactive issue hot here in Ohio. So thank you all very, very much for being here. Okay, and I don't see... Is Alan here? No, okay. So we'll jump right into our first speaker. She is hailing from Youngstown, Ohio. She is our ever-inspiring faith leader from Defenders of Earth Outreach Mission. Please give a warm welcome to Monica Beasley-Martin. I'm hiding.
Genesis chapter 1, verse 1. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. And in Genesis 1:26, it is written, Then God said, Let us make mankind in our image, in our likeness, so that they may rule over the fish in the sea, and the birds in the sky, over the livestock, and over all the creatures that move along the ground. Now, there's a couple couple of things we can glean from these scriptures. Number one is that God created the earth, not man. And number two is mankind and womankind were entrusted to be her caretakers. A Native American chief spoke a similar truth when he proclaimed the Great Spirit, in placing people on the earth, desired them to take care of the ground and to do each other no harm. I am certain that most of us standing here today will agree that injecting toxic waste into the earth is not taking care of the ground. It also does great harm to all of humankind, animals, land, air, and water. On December 31st, 2011, the Youngstown area where I reside received a serious wake-up call when a 4.0 earthquake hit and literally shook us all up. Later, it was determined that this quake, along with 12 other lesser ones, could be attributed to a DNL fracking injection well. And the owner, Ben Lupo, recently pled guilty to deliberately dumping tens of thousands of gallons of poison into our Mahoning River. Mr. Lupo faces no more than 3 years in prison and a $250,000 fine. And believe it or not, his attorney has asked the judge to be lenient because his client is so sick. Meanwhile, the attempted cleanup has cost taxpayers $3 million, and God only knows how many folks will develop cancer or some other life-threatening illness because of Lupo's domestic terrorism. The definition of insanity is to continue doing the same things over and over and over and over and over again while expecting a different outcome. What has this taught the Ohio Department of Natural Resources, the department responsible for issuing these permits? Apparently, absolutely nothing. In 2013, Ohio insanely injected over 686 million gallons of toxic waste, and over half of it came from out of state. That ain't right, y'all. That is not right. That ain't right. And the county I happen to live in, Trumbull, has the distinction of being the toilet bowl capital of Ohio, because my brothers and my sisters here today, we have injected more waste here than anywhere else in the state of Ohio. That ain't right. That ain't right. ODNR has even permitted drilling in the so-called protected area of our Meander Reservoir, where more than 200,000 of us receive our drinking water. That ain't right. Frustrated by what I was witnessing as toxic trespass invading my beloved state of Ohio and other areas, I was inspired to write this poem entitled, Mother Earth is Crying. Do you see Mother Earth over there crying? Because of selfishness and greed, our mama is dying. Our lust for things bought with silver and gold now threatens a world numerous years old. Oil and toxic waste poison her once clean waters, leaving drinks of pollution for future sons and daughters. We have fracked the life out of our land, built pipelines and tar sands, even blown up the mountaintops. When, God, when does this madness stop? The answer is, the madness must stop now. If we expect to leave any clean air, water, or land around for the generations to follow us, we must stop the madness by politics and passing our area's community bills of rights. We must stop the madness by encouraging our legislators to pass HB 148 and SB 178. This is legislation that would prohibit fracking and oil field waste in Ohio by specifically eliminating Class 2 injection wells. We stop the madness by lobbying Congress to close the Halliburton loophole, which exempts hydraulic fracturing from certain portions of the Drinking Water and the Clean Water Acts. I proudly announce that today more than 1,000 concerned Americans, almost 900 of whom are Ohioans, signed a petition telling ODNR to stop the madness by stopping all drilling in the protected area of our beloved Meander Reservoir, our water source. And this was delivered by email to ODNR Director Zeringer and also in person to Representative Ron Gerberry. And for those elected officials who refuse to represent the safety and the interests of we the people, we stop the madness when we kick them out of office. O-H-I-O, toxic waste has got to go. I said O-H-I-O, toxic waste has got to go. I said O-H-I-O, toxic waste has got to go. O-H-I-O, toxic waste has got to go. O-H-I-O, toxic waste has got to go.
All right, thank you, Monica. All right, Alan is here. So you surely heard the oil and gas industry bends the truth, right?
No way.
They use some semantics games to sell us their safe fracking and their snake oil. Here to